How's it going, guys? Murrmalicious here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of doing the gameplay type of stuff, and I know there's been no vlogs yet, sorry, thought I'd do something a little different. Basically, we're going to talk about the movie Suicide Squad. Now, the reason I wanted to saw this movie was because, one, it's action-packed, superhero, villain type of movie. It looked good. But the critics said differently. Critics said it was a bad movie, it wasn't very well done, blah blah blah. Die Hard fans were saying it was actually a really good movie, so that's why I was like, you know what? I want to see this for myself, and I kind of took my own notes. I actually went with my dad, him and I kind of collaborated back and forth on what was good, what was bad, what could have been better, that type of stuff. So this will be spoiler-free, by the way. I'm not going to reveal anything major. If you want a spoiler discussion, if this video gets maybe 5 likes, we'll do a spoiler discussion. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So we're first talking about the things that were good about the movie. So first off, Will Smith, Margot Robbie. Oh my god, fabulous, just great. They were actually did a very fantastic job. Would they probably paid more? Yeah, probably. I don't know. That's their higher name actors probably got paid a lot more, but they did their job superbly. Deadshot, his character, the wittiness, the badassery was phenomenal. Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. A lot of speculation they were worried because in the trailers she didn't have that much of a Brooklyn accent, but in the movie you can kind of hear like it's there. So she did a fantastic job. The craziness was awesome. It was fantastic. What else was it? The character El Diablo. I forgot who played him, but his role, his acting was fantastic. It was not as good as Harley Quinn and Deadshot, but it was still there. The beginning and the act ones of the movie were fantastic. The opening from there to there was awesome. It was fantastically done. I enjoyed it up until about Act 2. Now, I'm giving Joker a positive here. I actually like the new Joker, played by Jared Leto. I thought he did a fantastic job. You know, he still incorporates that whole purpose of Joker, but giving you more of a younger look with more of a rebellious feel. I thought he did a great job. People said he was in the movie a lot. I think he was in there pretty good. I saw there's some reviews on some, I forgot what it was, but actually a lot of the Joker scenes were actually cut, which I can understand why, but in a sense, you know, it is what it is. You know, again, I'm not an official critic, guys. I'm just an average, ordinary guy who saw a movie and, you know, who knows a little bit about the characters and everything else. So I like the Joker. I think Jared Leto did a great job. I look forward to seeing him in future Batman or Joker types of movies. I think he'll do a great job. The Joker and Harley Quinn love connection, I think it's fantastic. Margot and Jared, I think they did a great job encompassing the whole love for each other. I mean, you know, I can see it there. Like, I feel like there's a real connection with the love between Harley and the Joker. I think it's very well done. And lastly, what I enjoyed on this list here was the jokes. The jokes that came out, especially from Deadshot and Harley, they were really well done. A couple from El Diablo and Killer Croc, they were very well done too. So I really enjoyed that part. Now, things that made what I can understand why the critics didn't like the movie. One was the character development. You know, you got a lot of story with Harley and Deadshot and El Diablo. Everybody else was kind of just like, yeah, here they are, whatever. And you're just like, okay, like, I see. You're basically telling me they're not important, which is both good and bad. Like, obviously, you know, they're part of the squad, but they didn't really get like a name for themselves, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping to get more of a backstory, especially those that don't read the comics or that aren't as into the whole backstory thing. So that's one thing. The other thing I didn't like, again, I'm not an expert of editing videos or like the whole 3D stuff, but the CGI was kind of I mean, I feel it looked rushed. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad, but it certainly was not great. It was barely good for that matter. I mean, it looked rushed. It wasn't that great. Along with that, some of the editing and the action scenes, like some of the editing was like, quickly done or not done in a timely manner, and some of the action scenes were just very sporadic. It wasn't even like, I lost track a couple of the action scenes. Like, oh, okay, where am I at? Who am I with? It was kind of out of nowhere. So that was that. And the last thing I did not like at all, the one thing I absolutely despise, even me and my dad agreed, was Killer Croc. When you think Killer Croc, I think of a big, huge guy. I'm thinking like 7-8 foot guy, ripped to shreds. Obviously, the alligator look and feel. I like that. This character seemed average and didn't seem as alligator-ish or crocodile-ish like. I feel like it could have been a little more effort done with the Killer Croc type of look and feel. The voice part of Killer Croc I think was great. All the voices of all the characters was great. The one last thing I didn't write down but I remember is the Captain Boomerang. He's okay. He's got an Australian accent. But other than that, that's kind of why. Yeah. So those are the kind of speculations of why why people think it's good, why people think it's bad. I kind of saw when I saw that. The best way to summarize this whole movie is literally it went too big too fast. The movie that if you go see Suicide Squad right now, this could have been like a movie 3. This could be like a third part of Suicide Squad. They should have done a Suicide Squad 1 where you introduce everybody, you introduce all the characters, bring in some smaller villains or not as big of villains. In the second one, develop more story, and then the third one, which should have been this movie, would have been perfect. It would have been spectacular. It would have been great, but it feels rushed. It feels they put too much in the movie too fast, and that's another reason like the DC is that they did it with Batman vs Superman. To this day, I will not watch it. I've heard so much bad stuff about it, and the fact is that spoiler alert. So I'm letting you know all about parts of the movie because I was told about this too. So spoiler alert. They bring in Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Doomsday. If I had to give this overall movie a score out of something, at first I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's definitely an above average movie. And then I realized the soundtrack was actually really good. The soundtrack was spot on, so that's why I gave it a beautiful 6.5 out of 10. Is it worth going and seeing, spending a full price? It's kind of debatable. Again, kind of like the whole reviews in this whole movie. It's definitely worth a matinee price. I mean, is it worth it? I mean, if you're with some friends, you want to see a good, action, full of action, good jokes type of movie, this is actually a pretty good movie to go see. So, I think that's it for this review, guys. Like I said, just something different to kind of keep the channel on its toes and keep it fun, and all that stuff. So if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. If we get over 5 likes, I'll do a spoiler discussion about it and kind of go into details why I liked and disliked other parts of the movie. Comment if you want to see more movie reviews. I'm more than happy to do other reviews, new and older movies, whether I've seen them or not. I can kind of give my opinion. And obviously subscribe if you enjoyed my content. Other than that, guys, this is it for this video. Until the next video, I'm out.